Shalom Aleichem and Bruchim Habayim. Moshe Langado here, speaking under the auspices of Kollel, Baruch Ahavat Yisrael in San Diego, California, and Sha'rei Tziyon here in Brooklyn, New York. My friends, we all know the importance of emunah, of faith. But there's another meaning and understanding that Chazal, our sages, have for faith. They use faith as a term, honesty in business. When we reach the pearly gates and God Almighty and His court questions us, one of the questions will be, and the first question will be, how did you act in business? Were you honest? And the word used is emunah. How did we treat our competitors? How do we treat our clients? And if we're doctors or dentists or lawyers, how do we treat our patients? Those are questions in faith in business. How important it is. The Gemara in Masechet Shabbat tells us, why was Jerusalem destroyed? And it tells us that because there was no men of faith. And Rava says, no, there were plenty of men of faith. So what is meant by there was no more men of faith? Maybe the Gemara means to say there was no more honest businessmen. How important it is to be honest in all our worldly activities. Yaakov, our father, was that honest man. But when we read the story in this week's Parsha, it seems that he also was a con man. For when he met Rachel for the first time, and they fell in love, and Yaakov said, I want to marry you. Rachel said, you will not be able to, because my father will not let. And Yaakov, in the Midrash, says, I am your brother, the brother of your father, in conniving tricks. Yaakov, who are you? You are the man of integrity. When it came time to ask for fees, Yaakov again was able to receive a tremendous amount through his conniving tactics. What is this all about? And let me try to explain to you with a story. A poor Jewish man in Poland of old, what did he do? His job was a carrier, to take things from city to city. Jewels, expensive items, letters. That was his job. And he always would go through very dangerous terrain between cities. One day, he was stopped by a band of armed robbers. He was petrified. The armed robbers took him out and told him, everything you have, empty it out in these bags. And he started emptying them out. Then he saw the chief robber. He was the only one who was armed. He said, sir, let me ask you a question. Please do me a favor. I am a carrier. It's not my goods. And I'm going to go back to town, and I'm not going to have any more. People are not going to trust me. They're going to say, I stole. Please do me a favor. What's that? The man said. He says, let me take off my coat and shoot a bullet through my coat, so I can show them that I have a sign that I was shot at. Man shot the bullet. He says, please, what about on my pants? Man carefully shot. What about on my sleeve? The robber shot him. Please, one more on my other sleeve. The robber said, my friend, I have no more bullets. The Jewish man went back onto his carriage with no fear, and with all his goods continued on his way. Was he a liar? Was he an honest man? Was he doing his job properly? And there's no question. He was doing everything that he should have done. Even though the robber yelled, look at that disgusting Jew. He outsmarted him in his own game. When we come to Yaakov, we could use the same understanding of what Yaakov did. When Yaakov faced Esav so many years before, when he was 15 years old, and Esav was coming from the field and saying, what do I need this spirituality for? Why do I need the Bechorah? I'm a man of the field, I'm a man of the hunt. Yaakov used his own words, his own ideas, and was able to buy the Bechorah. Because to Esav it was worthless. So through understanding Esav, better than Esav understood himself, he was able to acquire the Bechorah. Was that cheating? No. That was understanding Esav exactly like he was. When it came to Lavan, Lavan did not want to pay Yaakov any wages. So Yaakov told him, okay, you don't want to pay me? Pay me the mutants, the spotted sheep, the striped sheep. And Lavan saw a way of not having to pay Yaakov. And all of a sudden, it was the spotted sheep and the striped sheep which were abundant. My friends, sometimes we have to know how to live our lives in honesty. And sometimes when we understand the person who's trying to steal from us, and we understand him well, he steals from himself, and we are protected. Of course, all the protection we have comes from the one above. It is our job to be able to answer on the final days, not on the final day, at the end of days, when we reach those pearly gates. Yes, all my business, all my transactions were done in good faith. And that is so important. And if we are able to say that with a clean heart, we will be able to greet Mashiach very soon. Shabbat Shalom.